Thank you.
Hold my beer.
All right, I don't want my face up there anymore. How's everybody going? Good? Excited to hear about the roadmap? I want to thank Sid. Really delighted to be here at Experience 26. You have all been challenged to step up as the change makers and the heroes at your organizations. It's a bold mission, and I think there's no better place to start than right here in Las Vegas, a city built by those who dared to dream big and bet on a better future. But here is the reality. Even the greatest heroes need the right gear. Batman doesn't show up to a fight with just his mask, right? He brings the Batmobile, his utility belt, and all sorts of tech that make the impossible look easy. And you should not have to tackle the future of experience with yesterday's tools. To be a change maker, you need tools that will give you the edge. That's exactly what we've built, and I'm excited to tell you all about it. In the 12 months since I was here on this very stage, we have made incredible progress. In the past year, for example, we have processed 4.1 billion feedback signals. That's about a 30% increase year over year. We also launched, as you heard from Mark, several Gen AI features, and we have had incredible adoption. Just a few months, we went from 0 to more than 550 brands, the best brands in the world, including all of you, using those features and getting incredible value. And as a result, we have seen a huge 3x increase in AI processing requests in our Experience Cloud, from right under 1 billion to greater than 3 billion in less than a year. This really makes me incredibly proud, but we're not resting on our laurels. As you implement the CX transformation playbook, the one that Sid just mentioned, we know you're going to need enterprise operationalization and scale, and those are only going to grow, and we are anticipating those needs. Our awesome architects and engineers, some of them are right here, have been really hard at work. And thanks to their efforts this year, you will be able to link signals to 5 times more people, products, and other entities, enabling secure, enterprise-scale signal operationalization and insights. And not only that, processing throughput in our Experience Cloud is going to be 10 times faster, which means faster time to insights and faster time to action. And our progress extends far beyond enterprise-grade performance and scale improvements. In the past year alone, we have released dozens of innovations. As Sid mentioned, many, if not all of them, directly as a result of your feedback. And those include some real game changers, such as the Frontline Ready AI features that we announced right here at Experience 1 year ago. All of them are generally available and deliver incredible value. Take Sekizui House, for example, who told us that thanks to Smart Response, we moved from a 35% response rate to nearly 90% without adding headcount. This isn't just efficiency, it's a fundamental shift in our operating model. They also told us that with Root Cause Assist, we stopped sinking hours into analyzing reports and started investing that time into solving problems. Exactly what Sid mentioned to you, right? Or our friends right here in Las Vegas at the Venetian, they told us that the math is very simple. We are delivering 25% more output with 25% less investment. We did not just meet the business case with Smart Response, we exceeded it while maintaining incredibly high quality. And finally, our friends at United Rentals, who slashed deep dive analysis from a full day per region to just under 2 hours by applying things with Gen AI across their 26 regions. That is a massive gain in productivity. I want to give them all a hand for being early adopters. Thank you. And not only that, but they have seen alerts handled 6 hours faster on average and increased data visibility from the front line to the C-suite. As you can see, the value is proven and the results are real. All of these leaders and others are driving real impact in their business. And to hear exactly how they did it, don't take it from me. Join them at the Frontline Ready AI and Lessons Learned panels later today. Now it is your turn. Be the change maker your organization needs. Put Frontline Ready AI to work for you and start driving this same transformation for your business. Okay. So far, we have talked about incredible innovation that is already available to you. Now let's turn our attention to some really exciting new functionality that we will be releasing in the coming months. Starting with the expansion of our Frontline Ready AI capabilities to new markets. I'm excited to share that in addition to English and Spanish, which are already available, root cause assist, intelligent summaries for text analytics and conversational data, and smart response are now available natively in French and in German. This gives your global teams the same AI-powered edge to act faster and lead smarter in their local markets. Next up, let's talk about account profiles. In B2B or business to business, you are not just managing individuals, you're really managing highly complex relationships. And our new account profiles bring the power of the total experience profile, which you already know, to the account level, giving you a single unified source of truth and account health for every business you serve. It is the intelligence your teams need to stop guessing and start acting on the insights that drive retention and growth. And we also have some fantastic updates to action plans. We all know that insights are only as good as the actions they trigger. And to make business transformation as simple as 1, 2, 3, we have completely overhauled how you move from data to results. Your step 1, now you can launch an action plan the second you see a shift in your reporting, directly from the report. Whether it's a specific score, a topic, or an emerging theme, you do it directly from the report, and that ensures that that key insight is automatically tied to the plan. Your step 2, instantly populate your plan with clear steps and share it with your team. Very easy, button click away. You now have one centralized hub to track every move in real time. And your step 3, prove the impact of your action plan as it unfolds. You can finally see a clear line of sight between the actions your teams take and the actual impact they have on the business. That is how we drive business transformation. You no longer have to wonder if your efforts are working. You'll have the proof right in front of you. Okay, now let's talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. That's text analytics. It is really at the core of Medallia's platform because it is the only way to make sense of the massive amounts of unstructured data your customers share every day. You heard it from Mark, you heard it from Sid, you heard it from everybody. It's where the raw feedback is transformed into the intelligence that fuels every action that you take. But the problem here is that language isn't static, right? The way your customers talk, the issues they care about change all the time. And to stay ahead, your analytics cannot be based on a model that is frozen in time. You need an engine that is finely tuned and always up to date to ensure your decisions are based on what's happening right now. And that's why I'm super proud to announce Smart Topic Builder. It is an AI-powered tool that makes keeping your text analytics models sharp, easier, and faster than ever. Let's take a look at Smart Topic Builder in action for a text analytics administrator at Diamond Bank, a global financial services company. I'm going to play the role of the system administrator. So Diamond Bank has been using Medallia across CX and contact center use cases and just onboarded new digital channels. Usually, as the admin, I would have to scan through hundreds, if not thousands of comments just to figure things out. But with Smart Topic Builder, it's one click. All I need to do is click Discover Topics with AI. There you go, top right. And to kick off topic discovery, I'm going to provide some guidance. This is generative AI. I'm going to give some context on the use case. I'm going to select the fields that contain the feedback for that digital program. And that's it. I'm just going to click Submit. Very quickly, Smart Topic Builder comes back with a series of suggested topics, together with a very detailed rationale. That's what you see on the right side. Example comments, and even keywords to include for each one of the suggestions. Behind the scenes, what happened is that to get these suggestions, Smart Topic Builder used machine learning to identify key concepts and a large language model to determine exactly which themes should become new topics. Think of it as a little bit as our new themes with Gen AI feature behind the scenes, figuring out those topics for you. And not only that, but it is trained on Medallia's best practices. So it intelligently expands your models while staying perfectly aligned with your existing hierarchies. Not going to mess with it. All I have to do at this point is accept or reject the suggestion. In this case, I'm going to accept. And that's it. The new topic is now added in draft mode into the hierarchy. Now, let's take a look at the details for our new topic. That's in a different screen. Because it's brand new, no rules have yet been created for this topic. So traditionally, once you're on this screen, it would have taken you quite a bit of work and time, writing all the Boolean search logic to capture the data correctly. Well, not anymore. Because Smart Topic Builder found the topic, it has all the context it needs, and it will use generative AI to create everything for me. All I have to do is click on Generate Rules with AI. Easy. It really is very easy. Smart Topic Builder does everything for me. It writes the complex Boolean logic, it adds the slang, and it even handles the misspellings. What used to take hours of trial and error, as you saw, now takes mere seconds. And the best part is that I can quickly verify the work and get a sense of its accuracy. To do this, I click on the top right, Evaluate Comments with AI. The system goes ahead and samples real comments, tests the new rule, and gives me an 85% score at this point, right? 85% precision score. I have the ability to refine it further if I want, but even now, I can publish this new topic with total confidence. As you saw, in minutes, literally minutes, I was able to identify new topics our customers care about, build the tracking rules, and verify their accuracy. And now, that insight is live and available to every user across our organization. And you just heard it from Jason. Bank of America has 60,000 frontline users, right? It's that quick to enable those 60,000 with a new insight. Thanks to Smart Topic Builder, what used to take days now takes minutes. Incredible, right? Very excited. Thank you. Okay. You can tell that we hear you when you tell me text analytics are difficult, right? This is the response. We listen, we understand, and we act. Okay, we have made it easier than ever to fine-tune your engine. But now let's talk about the real game changer, which is how are you going to interact with those insights in order to turn data to insight and insight into action faster and easier than ever before. We have spent recent development cycles building the most powerful suite of Frontline Ready AI features in the industry. You saw it, you saw the testimonials. You have seen the impact of root cause assist, intelligent summaries, things with Gen AI. And individually, these features are high fidelity, high value tools. But we didn't set out to just build a list of tools and a list of features, right? What we set out to do is to build an entirely new way to interact with your data. Every one of these innovations has been leading to this, a true conversational reporting and insights experience. This is really the culmination of our vision, a game changer that doesn't just change how you use Medallia, but how our industry transforms insights into business impact. And today, I'm incredibly excited to announce Insights Assistant. Insights Assistant is Medallia's conversational AI agent, and it empowers every user, from executives to the CX Insights team to the frontline, to perform sophisticated ad hoc data exploration without any need for technical expertise or prior training in analytics. And to see Insights Assistant in action, I'd love to invite Joanna, who heads our reporting and analytics product team. Welcome, Joanna.
Thanks, Fabrice. Thanks, Fabrice. Really excited to show everyone what we've been working on. Let's go ahead and pull this up. This is Insights Assistant. For today, I'm going to play the role of an insights analyst from a global luxury hospitality brand. So this has been a typical Wednesday morning for me and my team. We received a notification that there's been an increase in complaints about cleanliness at our properties, and I already have multiple executives pinging me to ask why. We've all been there with people like Fabrice lighting up your Slack at 6 a.m. asking what's going on.
Sorry.
That's okay. Usually, this type of request results in a scramble, digging through data and various reports, but this Wednesday is different because I have Insights Assistant. Now, all I have to do is ask, what's going on with cleanliness at our properties? So, what's going to happen here is that Insights Assistant is interpreting the intent behind my question. It's searching through my data in Medallia to grab the different elements that it needs to perform data analysis and answer my question. Then it's going to summarize the results. Very quickly, I'm able to get a comprehensive summarized view of this issue. We can see impact on key metrics like NPS, a clear description of the issue with specific actionable themes. And if I scroll down a little bit, I can see the supporting data used to answer this question. And I can even see a summary of customer recommendations.
Customer recommendations, wow, this is great. But Joanna, how do I know that we can trust this answer?
Great question, Fabrice. Traceability and transparency of answers has been a critical requirement throughout our development. Every single answer from Insights Assistant is backed by real data. And what this means is that with every response, we include direct links to the data used to answer the question, and we expose our work with every response, as we can see in these inline reporting modules. All right. Now that we know what's going on, I need to know which properties are most affected by this issue. So I'll ask, which properties are most impacted by this cleanliness issue? So in addition to tracking trends and key themes within text data, Medallia also knows our operational structure. So this answer is going to direct me to the exact parts of the business that most need the attention. All right, what we see here is a list of properties ranked on negative experience. One thing here, because Insights Assistant is backed or built on top of Medallia reporting, these answers are based on a complete population of data. What that means is that we're seeing exact counts and exact calculations.
Built on top of Medallia reporting, it means it's robust and scalable. Let me ask you one more thing. Another important characteristic of Medallia, we heard it from Jason again, is our support for very large organizations with thousands or tens of thousands of users and complex, constantly changing organization hierarchies. Is that also part of Insights Assistant?
I'm so glad that you asked. It is 100%. Ensuring support for the wide variety of users and roles that's typical of our customer base was another critical requirement for Insights Assistant. Responses will respect a user's data access and their role permissions. The questions that I just asked were in context of an analyst who has global data access within our program. If we were to take that exact same question from the perspective of a property GM, we should see a personalized response based on their permissions. Let me show you. Let me go ahead and scroll up here so that we can switch roles. I'm going to go ahead and switch from the analyst over to a general manager. All right. And I'm going to hop back over into Insights Assistant. OK, great. And I'm going to ask that same question about cleanliness. All right, what's going on with cleanliness? So I've asked the same question, but from the point of view of a GM instead of an analyst. And what we'll see in a second is that the answer will actually take that point of view into account. Because the GM has different permissions from other roles, Insights Assistant is going to have a different scope of data to search through and analyze as it answers the question. And take a look at the difference. Because the results are focused on my property, I see personalized response that highlights specific recent examples and even references property-specific metadata like room numbers.
So it respects permissions automatically. No new configuration needed?
That's right. It respects your existing role-based reporting configurations out of the box.
That's impressive. And how about data? Does it work with any type of signal?
Insights Assistant can look at any data in Medallia. You could ask, how do my customers talk about cleanliness with regard to competitive properties? Or I could ask, is this issue also being discussed in contact center channels? And I will get this same level of instant analysis. And I can even ask these questions directly from the Medallia mobile app. Perfect for those 6 a.m. meetings or messages.
Wow, available in Medallia Mobile. That's dangerous. I cannot wait to see that.
Then you'll have to come find us at the Product Hub, where we'll be running a live demo of Insights Assistant right after the keynote.
I'll be there. OK, this is incredible. As you saw it, in less than 4 minutes, we saw an analyst diagnose a global issue and a GM find a local solution, all using natural language. No training required, no tickets filed, just answers. I cannot wait to get Insights Assistant into everybody's hands. Thank you, Joanna.
Thanks, Fabrice.
From results-oriented action planning and expert-grade topic building to the groundbreaking Insights Assistant, the innovation we've shared today represents a new standard for our industry. But these aren't just standalone updates. They are also the foundation for what comes next. We are moving towards a future where AI doesn't just provide data. It really acts as a partner. And it's a future that is fully agentic and entirely conversational. And to bring this vision to life, let's look at 3 people whose worlds are about to change. Starting with the experienced professional. As you saw, her world has already been transformed by Insights Assistant, where the most critical answers are now just a conversation away. But we will be taking her much further very soon. She won't just get answers, she will get strategic recommendations on exactly how to solve her toughest business challenges. And by the way, these are not going to be just guesses. These are insights built on the proven success of past action plans and their actual outcomes. And not only that, the friction of execution will quickly dissipate and disappear. Fully automated action plans will become a natural extension of her conversation. And working in tandem with proactive alerts that keep her entire operation under control. All of that is functionality that already exists in the platform. We will just be tying it together. This will be a true partnership between the experienced professional and Medallia AI, working together to drive a new era of business transformation. Next, let's look at the experienced program administrator. Smart Topic Builder already has revolutionized his workflow, taking the heavy lifting out of model creation and tuning and handing him back days of his time. But that was just the beginning. Soon, he will command his entire ecosystem through a conversational interface. Instead of navigating 1,000 screens to configure a program, he'll simply provide the objective. And behind the scenes, a fleet of intelligent agents will spring into action, automatically building the objects and configurations needed to bring that program to life. And these programs will be built to an enterprise standard from the get-go. They will be rooted in decades of Medallia best practices and proven industry expertise, ensuring that every data flow and report is professionally optimized from day one. They will include organization-wide reporting and data collection from all the relevant sources, all an instruction away, as well as all the necessary enterprise guardrails and program monitoring. This will soon be the end of manual configuration and fundamentally accelerate enterprise agility, allowing experienced program administrators to move at the speed of their ideas. It's going to be an incredible advancement. And finally, let's consider the customer. We are moving towards a world where customer experience will be a continuous, personalized conversation that stays with the customer just wherever they go. Instead of only reacting to specific requests or problems, brands will use digital agents to maintain an ongoing dialogue tailored to each person's needs, from curated purchase recommendations to real-time support. We're also going to replace clunky forms with natural interaction. And the relationship will shift from a set of one-off transactions to a continuous, seamless, everyday connection. And here at Medallia, we are incredibly excited to lead this shift. As you saw, we are already building the technology that will power the vision of turning every interaction into a meaningful conversational experience, one that will completely redefine the relationship between brands and the customers they serve. The future experience management has never looked brighter. I want to thank the incredible product and engineering teams here at Medallia for their tireless work in making this technology possible. Let's please give them a hand. And to you, our customers and partners here today, thank you for being on this journey with us. You are the true change makers. Give yourselves a hand too. And as it mentioned, there's no better way, time, or start than right now, this week here at Experience. Attend the breakout sessions to hear from amazing brands sharing tactical takeaways. You can use those immediately. Visit the exhibit hall for demos of the exciting new innovation I shared today, or to see how our partners can help. Use this time to get inspired and take a step into action, because the next era of experience isn't coming. It is already here. I know that each one of you has what it takes to transform your business. Join us back here at 4:15 p.m. You're going to hear from real change makers in action at Shipt, Hyatt, Maersk, Toyota Financial Services, and others. Thank you, and I hope you have a fantastic experience.